Welcome back to another episode of the Off the Irish podcast. Today I am joined by Versey. Versey, how about you introduce yourself, sir?
My name is Versey. I'm a rapper from Ballybrack, County Dublin, Ireland.
You're very welcome on the show. Thank you so much for being here. Seriously, man.
Thank you. No, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, let's start with the real hard-hitting questions, man.
Oh, here we go.
Where'd the name Versey come from?
That's my surname. So, there's no really any meaning behind it. That's my surname. My name is Ian Versey. So, it's as simple as that. That's my name, and that's the name I go by. So people know who I am when they say Versey. It's me. There's no mistaking it.
Like you're almost destined to make music. Versey.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah.
That's great. I didn't know that. That's cool, man.
Yeah, people act surprised when I tell them that. Where did the name come from? I think, oh, that's my name, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, I didn't mean it to be, but yeah, it's it is what it is.
That's good. I didn't know that. Yeah, you said you're a rapper living in Ballybrack. I like your song, Ballybrack, man. Some song that is. It's a tune.
Yeah, it went down well when I put the video out. It went viral, and a lot of people kind of from the north and south side of the country, from the east to west, the whole island seemed to kind of reacted to it. Maybe they related to it or something. I don't know, but it went down a treat with everyone. So I was delighted with how that turned out.
Where did the passion start making music come from?
Well, from the age of 12, 13, I was kind of into hip hop anyway, just listening to hip hop. And then, come maybe when I was about 14, 15 years of age, I was hearing a lot of kind of Irish rappers on the radio. And I was kind of saying to myself, well, if they can do it, why can't I do it? That kind of way. So, like, my dad's a musician, and I came across some music equipment in the sheds, a microphone being one of them, and I was able to plug it into a stereo my brother had. And at the time, you used to buy the CD singles with the instrumentals on it.
Yeah.
I put the CD into the stereo and whack a tape in and just hit record and start rapping over the mic. It was ABC stuff back then. You know what I mean? I hadn't obviously mastered my craft at that point, but that's pretty much how I got into it. Hearing these lads on the radio, and then finding the equipment to start recording myself, and that's kind of basically how they are my beginnings, so to speak.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. You said a lot of Irish rappers on the radio. I that's mad. I don't usually like that,
Yeah, no, you wouldn't know. See, I think 2FM, Wes Darcy on 2FM had a show every night called every Friday night, called The Big Smoke, and then a lot of Irish rappers would come in and they'd be freestyling over beats and stuff like that. And that's kind of that was my introduction really to Irish hip hop.
It's pretty cool, man. That's awesome. Nice. And then recently you were involved with a very big charity event in Ireland, man.
Yeah.
How'd you get involved with it then? Is there stevo, Paddy Barnes?
Yeah, well, I was always kind of a fan of stevo anyway. I was always a fan of his stuff and his sketches, and then it turned out that he was a huge fan of the Welcome to Ballybrack song, so it turned out he's a fan of my music in general. So we kind of connected on social media. We kind of got talking, and stevo does some music himself at times, and we kind of had talked about maybe doing a song together, a collaboration, and we'd been talking about it for weeks, and then this thing with the fight came up, and stevo said, well, what if we kind of did a song for the fight and collaborated on it? And I was like, yeah, I'd be down for that, not a bother. So I sent him a 10, 15, 20 second snippet of something I began writing a song, over a beat and that I had in the stash the last year or so. And I sent him like a little demo of it, and he loved it. The minute I sent it to him, it was a rough demo, half written. He said, you know what, this is going to be the theme song for the fight. And then he said, look, we're having a press conference in Galway next week, and you have the song ready by then. So I had to get down to work straight away, writing, recording, mixing, mastering, all that stuff in the space of a week. And we went to Galway the following week to perform at the press conference, and yeah, the rest is history, I suppose. So obviously we had the fight there a couple of weeks ago, which I was delighted to be a part of. I was delighted that stevo asked me, to be on it, because it seems to already be kind of opening door for me as well. Like, just even talking to you here now, I wouldn't be talking to you here now if it wasn't for stevo. I was delighted to be a part of that whole event, and they raised a lot of money as well, which is the most important thing for the Irish Wheelchair Association.
Yeah, man, it was an incredible event. I think, is it the largest Irish charity event or something like that?
Possibly, I'm not quite sure. It may have been. They definitely hyped it up to beat the band anyway. You know, and this is at a time when there's not a whole lot going on with the way things are. You know, so it was. I think the people needed it. I think, you know, just even. I mean, I watched it back when I afterwards on YouTube, and I sat through the whole thing and just was thoroughly entertained by the whole show, you know. And I think I hope everyone that tuned in and watched it was entertained as well. I found it very entertaining.
Oh, brilliant, man! I was watching live. You know,
Oh yeah.
it was great
From start to finish, it was epic. Like, it was very well put together, organized. It was very well organized. All the lads did great in the ring, you know. It was a great night had by y'all, really.
Yeah, I won't say all the lads did great in the ring, man, because there was a bit where there were these two Egypts just kind of rolling and talking about crisps.
Yeah. No, see, that was all pre-planned. That was all pre-planned. You know.
Get out of here.
So yeah.
You telling me it was rigged?
No, this particular one, the two guys kind of had they had a plan going into it. You know, Al and Darren Conway, they had a plan going in just to kind of entertain the audience, so to speak. You know, because there was other than that, there was a whole heap of fighting throughout the whole night. You know what I mean? So I think it was nice to kind of have that little bit of a switch up and kind of the comedy to it as well. You know, the guys putting on a show for the audience.
Yeah, those two were massively funny, man. I love Darren's new podcast he does with Mary Lou. That's brilliant. And,
yeah, man, he's funny, and he's a really nice. All the lads super nice, like, you know, Al, Darren, John Connors, Fabio D. All the guys were really, really nice, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we did a podcast with, is it Hard Chats and Hard Chat podcast?
Yeah,
you know, Fabio D is still part of it then, and that guy is a lot. He such a personality on. You love him, like, seriously. It's hard not to like the lad.
Yeah, no, he's just he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
Seriously.
In person as well, even when the cameras aren't on him, you know, he's still funny.
Oh, I say that never turns off. I say it's not even a
character. No, it's just him, yeah.
That's great, man. That's great. And yeah, that event was huge, man. I mean, Stevo had guys like McGregor and Tyson Fury talking about the thing. It was
well, I think McGregor's doing the next one, which we're putting together as well, or Steve was putting together. I'm hoping to be part of it as well. But yeah, this is, I think it's more or less kind of a McGregor himself had said, look, I'll be back next month and then we'll be ready to go for the next one. So yeah,
I pity the
super
fool,
excited.
I pity the fool.
I think he's fighting. He's fighting now he's fighting now. So they're gonna try. Obviously, he does the McGregor impression. They're billing it as, you know, McGregor versus McGregor. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I can't wait.
Wouldn't we? And we said this last time because we didn't actually think Stevo would beat Paddy. I mean, he did now, and fair looks to the guy. But we said, wouldn't it be like hilarious if, like, you know, how Foreign pulls up the biggest upset in history? Like,
I know,
Conor McGregor.
Look, you don't know what way things are going to pan out. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose.
Seriously, man. Oh, they were so good. Yeah, man, you had a huge part. You wrote the song. It was an incredible song, man.
Thank you.
How'd you come up with it? Like, was it just on the kind of spot kind of thing, or?
Yeah, well, I was kind of, when I started writing, it was like, okay, I put out songs all the time, you know, and a lot of the songs that I put out, they probably don't get, you know, they kind of go over people's heads, or not many people listening to them as I'd like. And I was like, well, how could I make things different with this song? Yeah, I know it's a charity event, that's one way of bringing attention to the song, but how can I kind of spice it up a little bit more? So I kind of thought, well, if I kind of just slagged off everybody that was on the bill, you know, I dissed everyone, so to speak, that was on the card. You know, people would be like, oh, Versey's dissing Fabio D, he's dissing Al Foreman. I had to listen to this, you know, that kind of way. So it was all about, it was pre-planned to kind of capture the people's ear. And I just went all out and just slagged everybody to death in the song. And I thought it worked the charm anyway, you know. The lads were okay about that anyway. I apologized in advance. We were all in an Instagram chat, and I said, look, lads, these are all getting death here on this song. I said, well, look, no hard feelings, you know, it's all for the cause. They laughed it off. They liked the song anyway. So was the light, you know.
Nobody's challenging to a boxing match.
No, not yet anyway. But like, there's another event coming up, so who knows?
You know? Seriously, man, seriously. I'm looking forward to it, especially Conor McGregor's, man. That'll draw in millions of people. Like,
yeah. Like, Who knows where it's gonna go? Pay-per-view, you know, big arenas and stuff. Yeah, It's Conor McGregor. And
Who
Conor
knows,
McGregor's
man?
involved, and it's all.
We get Stevo versus Connor in for the BMF title in UFC.
Yeah, that's it. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. He was trying to get Mike Tyson, I think, involved as well. So
Wanna die, man?
Who knows?
Christ.
Who knows?
He's a legend, Sir Stevo, man. Seriously. He's a
Stranger
legend.
things. He's a very, very nice guy. The guy you see in the videos, I know he gets himself in trouble an awful lot. But when you meet him in person, he's just, he's really is one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah. We've
Very
had him
funny.
on a couple of times, and he's out of character, obviously, but he just seems like one of the most realist, genuine, kind of speaks from the heart kind of guy,
Oh yeah, he's not afraid to say what he means, and he's very passionate about everything, and funny in general as well. We were doing the video shoot for the song a few weeks back, and he just had me rolling around on the floor laughing most of the time. He's just so funny.
Awesome, man. It's awesome. But sure, look, man, I'm looking forward to the next event. I'm looking forward to the next song, man.
Can't wait. I know that's I'll have to really kind of get the brains together for this one and see what I can do with it. But look, I can pull it off. I'm sure of that.
Sure, listen, man. People want to check you out and check out your stuff. Where did they find you?
I'm on all the Spotify, Versey, Instagram, official Versey Music, Versey Music on Facebook, Versey Music on Twitter, and so it's all kind of Versey Music. Just Google Versey. There's not many of us. You'll find me easily enough.
You're on TikTok, man.
I'm on TikTok. I'm official Versey Music on TikTok. I don't be on it as much as I probably should be, but
You'll be doing the dances, man. I can see yourself and the Charlie D'Amelios and go on, man. You'll be up there with the elites of the TikTokers.
I know. I'm on it. It's on the to-do list. It's on the to-do list.
It's on the to-do list. Anyway, so if you watched the episode, appreciate you. Your sound. And check out Versey. He's a legend. So
thank you so much.
And thank you.
I really appreciate it. No, I enjoyed talking. It was short but sweet. I loved it.
How to keep it, man. It's how to keep it. So stick around for the next episode. Stay safe, hydrate. Catch you later.